Yeah, I know, thank you. Oh, good, the audience is now heckling the MC. Thank you. Yeah. Forget the drinks over here. I think she's feeling fine. Okay. But again, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this next comic. Now, she spells her name with a tall G, as in giant, which this woman is. She is a giant in my eyes, in all her colleagues' eyes. And to boot, she's a very fine producer, writer, and a comic who's come a long, long way from working on TV to now live, which is the best way to see her, in person. And she's a regular on a show by the name Stimulus, cable television show produced by Bob Waddick. So please check it out on Channel 17 on Wednesdays. And warmly welcome Miss Gladys Simon to the stage.
Let's keep it going for Debbie. She put this whole event together. It's not easy. It's not easy. I was standing in the back. Do we have a reverb on here? Okay. Can you hear me? Come here. I have a short voice. It's still too loud. Okay. You know, I'm standing in the back, and I'm getting ready to jump on the stage because I hear all this credits for the soaps, right? And I wrote for the soaps. That's what I did before I did this. Did you hear of One Life to Live? Another World? Ryan's Hope? I didn't write for those soaps, but I am a soap writer. And thank you, Debbie, for that great. I like that tall G, right? That was great. Tall G for a small me. I mean, can I ask you something? Do I look short up here? Say no. No, loud, no. I love you. I love you. I mean, you know, I always, my whole life is, that's why I'm on the stage, because I look about 4 inches taller, you know. So my whole life I always wanted to be tall, you know. I wanted to be 5'2", like Madonna. Do you know she's very little? Do you know that she's very little? Amazing. And I went to her premiere last Thursday of the Madonna movie. Have you seen it? Have you seen the Madonna? Nobody's seen the Madonna. Have you gone? Unbelievable. The girl is like stupendous. I mean, you got to give her credit. And it's all packaging. Don't you think? Packaging, right? Absolutely, right? Take away that blonde hair. It's now black. Take away those pointy breasts. Take away that little behind. And what do you got? Me. So, if you want to see a good show, last week I also went to Radio City Music. You know who I saw? Liza Minnelli. Oh, have you ever seen Liza? Oh, now that's packaging and that's talent. 6,000 people. I was so impressed to see this one tiny girl, and she's little also, on the stage. This girl, for 2.5 hours, she doesn't stop moving. She's dancing, she's singing, she's tapping, she's twirling, she's talking. Energy, I thought to myself, oh, and I'm the laziest person in the world. I said, boy, would I love to be Liza Minnelli. Boy, would I love to do her act on my back. And then she comes up, she has this number that she does, right? My favorite number. Do you know what her number is? What is it? We're all New York. What's Liza Minnelli? What's Frank Sinatra's song that he sings to Nancy Reagan in Washington? New York. New York, New York. If I could make it here, I'll make it anywhere. Yeah, well, everyone's making it, right? Out of New York. It's true. That's amazing. I feel, poor New York. Are we all New Yorkers? Are you all from New York? Anyone from out of town? No one. Okay. Anyways, depressing. No, it's really true. I mean, I'm in New York, and I mean, I love New York. I mean, it's amazing. But it's like everything's going up, right? The taxes. Did you see the tax? Unbelievable. And the crime. Do you know what Dinkins is doing? He's shutting off all the street lights. 74,000 street lights. Goodbye. Now the police will never get anybody. They never got any before. Now they'll never get anybody, right? And they never got this. I used to run this room on Thursdays during the summer, but I got frightened because every Thursday was Zodiac watch night. I had nobody here. I mean, this maniac running around the street. Hi, what's your sign? You're dead. But the police told me that he's going to resurface, this Zodiac killer. And if he does, it's true. He's going to be looking for a Leo. My ex-husband's a Leo. 516-487-3573. Great neck. So, you have a... Did anybody do anything exciting today? What did you do today? I know you revved up to get here tonight, but were you anywhere? No, on Friday? You know what I do on Friday? I visit with my mother. It's wonderful. My mother is an entertainer. Would you, on the Yiddish stage? Shane Vidi Lavuna. She is. They call her Bombshell. My mother is like a short nuclear missile. I mean, really, it's true. If the Iraqis knew we had her, they would have been out in 6 seconds instead of 6 months. It's true. And, but I love my mother, and she's in a nursing home. Don't feel bad. You're looking sad. She's not sick. She checked herself in. Now she has other people around besides me that she could drive crazy. And she does. It's true. And every Friday, I love it, because I go to this nursing home, and I get great time, and I perform. I do the same act. It's a great thing. It's the one place I know where if I bomb, I could get out before they do. No, it's great. So, yeah, I love my mother. Do you have a mother? Okay, we all do, right? But I have a problem with my mother. You know where it started? Back in the womb. I love the womb. How many people like wombs? This room used to be like a womb. We used to perform here with no lights. It was right on it. I like the womb, you know. There I was, lying around, treading water. And I'd hear my mother talk to her friends, because you can hear in the womb. And they'd say very clearly, the friends would say, Rose, that was her name, Rose, what do you want it to be? That's a common question. Are you a mother? Your mother. And my mother would say what every mother says. Now, if I get down, you won't see me. Okay, my mother was, I need your help. What does every mother say all over the world when asked that question? I don't care what it is, as long as it's healthy. No, tall. Now, my mother only wanted a tall child because my mother's very little, you know? So she dreamt of height. She was obsessed by height. All she wanted was height in the family. Not for me. From the men I dated. It's true. She only wanted me to date men with height, so I did, you know. She would say, how tall are they? Are they tall? How tall? So I got married. I married a tall guy. We had a short marriage. It was over. You know, you wait. I waited my whole life to meet the right guy. You know, I thought, oh. So I married this, like, terrific guy. Good looking, rich, and vain. Yeah. Mostly vain. We had this apartment on New York. He had this mirror. Does anybody have mirrors on their ceilings over their beds? Do you? She's laughing. She must have a mirror. Do you have a mirror? Is this your husband? She doesn't know. Put a mirror on the ceiling over your bed. So we had this mirror over the ceiling on our bed. And whenever we had sex, he used to look at himself in the mirror. And I was always in the way. My whole life, he used to push me side to side. You're in the way. You're in the way. So I got out of the way. I left him. So, but my mother, her big thing, pride in a daughter was being married. Did you have that? Did your mother want you to get married? She's looking at the guy over there. Is this somebody you know? Are you married to this person? He's putting his hands on his lap like this, praying. And my mother, when you're Jewish, you know, the pride is to become a teacher and then get married. She always wanted me to get married. It was the same thing. Get married, get married. When are you going to get married? I'd come home from school and she'd say, well, is there anyone in your class for you? I said, Ma, give me a break. I'm only 8. No, it's true. So my whole life, you know, my whole life, it was like I'd look at every guy, like I'd look at you. You're married, but I don't know. I'd say, is this it? Is this the one? Because I thought every man could be the one. That could be for me. And when I was 9, do you remember being 9? Do you know what I developed? Scoliosis. Do you know what scoliosis is? Curvature of the spine. My mother found it. It was very, so I had to wear this corset. It was so embarrassing. Oh, but even then, I looked up the doctor. I said, embrace me, embrace me. Gotta work. My sweet, okay. Bob, that's not working. That's Bob Leno. So, but anyway, no, I think marriage, I dated a lot of men. Thousands. I did. I have Rolodexes with thousands of men in the tri-state area between 25 and 60. So if he's not nice to you, just call me. No, this is true. I do. And, but anyway, you know what dating gave me? Because I was always so busy. I developed insomnia. Did anyone ever, you ever have insomnia? Where? Nobody, you're shaking your head, sir. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard. What do you do when you can't sleep, Richard? That you could tell us about, but keep your hands on the table, Richard.
Watch television.
Watch television. Who else when you can't sleep? What do you do? Read, okay. You know what I do? I count the men I went out with. And then I think of the man I wound up with, and I'm up all night. So, it's not easy. Are you married? No, I knew you weren't married. Can I tell you something? Get married. To anybody. Don't be so picky. You know why you should get married? We're too picky. You know why you should get married? Because it gives you the security to look around for the right guy. I mean, like men do it too. Right? Never thought of it. Well, think about it. Don't waste your time. Believe me. I thought of it, and I'm doing it, and that's why I'll be married in about 10 minutes. So, we spend our whole life, you look for somebody you like, you want to like the person. He should be everything. So whenever I meet a guy I like, I know I'm in trouble. Big trouble. Because if I like him, he's not waiting there around being eligible. Someone else like him. Like his wife. Like you. You look like a wife. Do you have a ring on? She has 2 rings on. My whole life I grew up, I always dreamt of being Miss America. Did you ever want to be Miss America? No, I did. Because I'm short. But instead of Miss America, I became Miss Other Woman. That's the truth. I'm always the other woman. You know about that. I'm sure there are people in this room, women who are the other woman, right? I was the other woman in 1989, 88, 87, 86, 85. It goes so far back. Even Eve once said to Adam, okay, so who's Gladys? Big on dating. I wrote a marketing plan, how to get married, a woman's guide to the altar. It will be out in June. It's true. It tells you how to get married. You can call me for the copy. But, so I date in numbers. I never date one guy. I always date 2. I'm not stupid. A lot of men date 2 women also. You think you're the only one. You're not. They have someone hidden. So I date 2 guys. I am dating 2 guys now. One's 35, one's 65. One's for sex, one's for Scrabble. That 35-year-old, he has some big vocabulary. And the 65-year-old doesn't need one. I talk a lot about marriage. I really don't want to get married. I just talk about it, So, you ever do the personals? Yeah. Where? I did the personals. I took an A in the personals column. I did, in the Village Voice. I did. I used to date 2 losers. Now I'm dating 22 losers. It's amazing, these ads. I wrote this great ad because I'm a writer. I got all these responses. Guess how many letters I got? Thank you. 98. 12 from women. Which I decided to keep in case I really got desperate. It's amazing, these ads. And you ever do the ads? You ever think about it? You should do them. You know what kind of men answer personal ads? Nice men. Nice men in jail. Don't laugh. At least they're used to commitment. I don't believe this. How many men are single here over 50? How many men are single here over 20? How many? How many men are here? I mean, I'm not going to tell you my age because I want to be one of the ones that you think is under 40. But it's Larry Shot. With all the diseases, so many men, when they hear that M word, they all suffer from FOC, fear commitment. You know what gets a guy over his fear commitment? A triple bypass. Oh, I was dating this guy 14 years. Last week he went to the hospital for a triple bypass. And he came out with a change of heart. Love that line! Now he wants to marry his nurse. But I'm glad to get rid of him because not only didn't he not want to marry me, but he also smoked. Now we know smoking is dangerous, right? And do you know that 30% of the men in this country still smoke? He's looking, do you smoke? No, okay. You don't smoke. Do you smoke? No, you're allergic. 30%, this is true, facts. 30% of the men in this country still smoke. Even though the Surgeon General came out with the news last week. Did you hear this on WINS? Smoking causes impotence. Impotence. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask this. How many men in this room smoke? Raise your hand. Gee, at least you can still get that up. That's true. Oh, God. So you're staring at me, I'm staring at you. Do you go to health club? You have a good body. She's laughing. Does she have a good body? Lovely. Can I ask you, does she have a good body? This is the friend. Is this your wife? Yeah, I mean, he's pointing. Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Be happy. So I belong to this health club on the Upper East Side called the Vertical Club. Does anyone know the Vertical Club? This is the only club in the city that you can't go to if you're looking to work out. It's the truth, unless you're in great shape. So I had to join a different health club to get in shape, so I could go to the Vertical Club, because everybody is in shape. You know those women, right? In these leotards? No leotards, they're practically naked in this club. It's true. But the summer is coming, and my whole life, there's one thing I ever wanted to have: breasts. You don't have to worry. I wanted breasts because I hear men like breasts. Do you like breasts? He's sitting here with this woman who's 38 double C, and he gives me this face. And then he looks over at this guy. This is just terrific. I always find breast men, you know? I want to find ass. I mean, I won't turn around, but anyway, so I'm at this health club, and I say, okay, I want cleavage, because the summer's coming. I saw the Glamour magazines. Everybody's got this, push-ups. And the guy, he said, okay, so he puts these 2 weights in my hand. I was there this afternoon. I mean, this is really true. I got these 2 little 5-pound weights in my hand. I'm like 102 pounds, and they're heavy. And he says, okay, and I'm afraid of him. I want to do it right. He says, okay, press forward, press back, forward, back. Now I have cleavage in my back. It's not easy. It's not easy developing breasts. Do you read the paper today? Yeah, probably. So I thought to myself, I want breasts. And I went to a doctor to discuss implants. Did anybody have implants? Is Mr. Castellano in the audience? Did you read the paper today? Do you know who that is? You didn't read the paper. It's this guy, this mafia guy who had an implant so he could be with a younger woman. It's hard. Pardon me? I'm sorry? His maid. He just happens to be dead, but he's really working on it in the grave. So I thought of implants, and the doctor said right away, we know that implants are dangerous. Do we? You've heard it. It's really, because it can't. And they put the silicone in your top, right? The doctor said you can't have that. He says, because whatever you put in the top moves around. So my luck will move around to my bottom. Then I'll really be off center. So, but anyway, so you're all staring at me and I'm staring at you. Everybody's in white tonight. I like that. God, okay. So, what could I tell you? Before I did this, I am a writer, and I used to write for the National Enquirer. Yeah, I did. Really. And everything in the Enquirer is true. It's true. No, I wouldn't lie, or God would strike me down and make me short. It's all true. So there was a story that my friend worked on. It's Enquirers in Boca Raton, Florida. She sent me the clipping. She says, tell this story. I said, all right. Are you ready for this? This woman wants breasts, just like I do, and she goes into surgery for breasts, and she wakes up in the recovery room. She puts her hands on her breast, chest, and there's nothing there. She says to the doctor, Dr. Miller, where are my breasts? I have nothing here. He said, oh, no. This is a different type of surgery. When you go out and you meet a man you like, all you have to do is go like this. And what will happen? She'll get bigger and she'll have a hunch front. Okay, hunch front. I screw that up. Okay, so she goes out to a place like this, and even though he's your husband, right? She sees this guy. He is cute, even though he has short socks and I see his legs. She looks at the guy and she goes like this, and they get bigger and bigger. And he says, he says, we have something in common. She says, oh. He says, oh yeah, go away. What? And he goes, Dr. Miller. So anyway, what can I say? You're married. Do you think it's good for you? How long have you been married? Just how long? 20 years. 20. Wow, that's a long time. Let's give it an applause. 20 years. That's incredible. Can I ask you something? What's your name again?
Paul.
Paul. Can I ask you something? What is the secret of your success? How do you stay married so long? You laugh. It's comedy. Now, what is it? What is it that keeps you together?
Just be loving.
Just be loving. That is terrific. Anybody else married for 20 years?
Boy, oh boy. So, you know, you've seen all of us, and boy, this night has been so much fun. Have you enjoyed yourselves? Yeah. Good, because we're going to do it all over again. The first act, one more time. Ah, don't grunt. We're only kidding, sir. But, no, you know, at this point, not only would I like to unravel the wire, it's sort of fun, I think it's appropriate to bring back each and every one of the women you saw earlier tonight. So, would you gals come on back up? No, I don't think we are. Maybe some of us are under 40, but we are 5 over 40 plus 1. Yes. And now I would like to introduce you to the plus 1. Please step forward. Oh, well, we want to all say thank you very much for coming tonight.
Thank you all. Yes.
Really, and we will be taking this show elsewhere as well as back here again in the fall, perhaps September, October. We're not quite sure as of yet. Yes. What a psychic! What a psychic! Anyway, get home safely and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you very, very much.
Action. Hi, good evening. How you doing? You're hot, right? Oh, God, is it hot out, right? I melted coming over here. I did. I used to be 5'8". I was like in this cab. It was like horrible. I thought, oh my God. But don't worry, it's going to rain at 11:15. So you're here the whole night, and wow, we have a packed room. Welcome, welcome. To upstairs at Cold Waters, and to Gladys's comedy room. You see, it's in the corner, just in case it doesn't work. We put the sign in the corner. and next week, if it works, we'll put it over here, and then it'll get bigger. So, and of course, and I'm Gladys. Gladys. You can't, I hate my name. I say, just think, Happy Bottom. Gladys. Remember that name, right? Where are you? You're going to be a happy crowd. I know you've been waiting a long time, but it's all going to be worth it. It's all going to be worth it. We have a great show. We've been running, in case you don't know this place, you probably don't know, there's been comedy up here now for about 1.5 years. Did you know that? Did anybody know that? Wow, what a secret. 1.5 years every Saturday night. No cover, free food, everything. It's done so well. It's done so well that now in 3 weeks we'll be opening 4 nights a week. We're going to a cover and a minimum, right? And it's very cheap. So if you have a good time and you see a great show, just come back again. You'll see us advertise. But we don't want to talk about what's going to be in the future. We want to talk about tonight, right? And we are very excited. We have really a special show. It's a first. It's the premiere show, the first, and it's here. You have it on your table. What is it called? 5 over 40 plus 1. You know what that means? What does it mean? You know what it means? I need help from the audience. You don't know? She doesn't know. She just can't. It means
5 women over 40.
Plus 1 who is not over 40.
But you was over 50.
Me? That's true. That's true. Very good. You could join my act. And what can I tell you? The show was, we want to move it along because I know you've been waiting there and you just want to see the show. So what can I tell you? I want to welcome to the stage the woman who put the show together. She's a friend of mine. She's the best producer in the world. This woman is incredible. That she got I bet most of these people are her friends. Raise your hand. Keep them down. I want to take credit for this. This woman is a very talented, very funny lady, okay? She's a good friend of mine, okay? She's one of a kind. She's the tops. Put your hands together for the divine Miss Debbie Cops. Let's go!